In history's darkest chapters, few execution methods evoke as much horror as the Brazen Bull. Designed not just to inflict pain, but to turn death into a perverse public spectacle, this ancient device has marked the end of many lives in cruel ways. Interestingly, the life of the inventor himself concluded in two particularly haunting scenarios. But isn't it more intriguing to know why it all began? What drove a man to create such a monstrosity? Was it the pursuit of recognition, financial gain, or perhaps something as seemingly innocent as a desire for love? To uncover the mechanics and the true motivations behind this gruesome invention, we must travel back over 2,500 years to ancient Greece. Here we meet Perillos of Athens, a caster and bronze craftsman. Like his contemporaries, Perillos was not a man of wealth. He was a hard-working craftsman who longed for social recognition. One morning, he might have had a creative yet ghastly idea that he believed would quickly catapult him into higher social ranks. Yet, ironically, it spelled his doom. His idea was to dazzle the ruler and tyrant known as Phalaris, to gain access to circles of influence. Tyrants like Phalaris often demonstrated their power by instilling fear and terror among the people. And that's what our bronze craftsman Perillos knew well, that Phalaris had a genuine penchant for cruel, torturous practices. And then it struck him. This would be his chance to create something the ruler could use to further indulge his fascination with torture and killing, something a ruler who wished to be feared might employ. Thus, he ultimately created the Bronze Bull, also known as the Brazen Bull or Sicilian Bull. As these names suggest, it was a bull made of bronze. Perillos specifically used bronze because, in comparison to other metals he could have used for the making of this bull, bronze heats up very slowly. And that was exactly what was desired. The bull was hollow and could accommodate 1 or 2 people. A fire under the bull heated the metal and drastically increased the interior temperature until the occupants began to roast and burn. But what's creatively and even more disturbing was that built-in tubes, similar to trumpets, transformed the screams of the tormented into dull, bellowing sounds of a bull. As soon as smoke billowed from the nostrils of the bull and it began to sound, the viewer knew that the gruesome spectacle had begun. While the exact thoughts that coursed through that man's mind remain shrouded in history, the societal expectations and personal ambitions of a craftsman in ancient Greece paint a compelling picture of his potential motivations. As a skilled yet not wealthy craftsman, Perillos' life was a constant quest for stability and recognition. The creation of the Brazen Bull, though horrific, might have represented his ultimate attempt to secure a lasting legacy and achieve upward social mobility by currying favor with the tyrant. With hopeful eyes, Perillos thus approached Phalaris and presented him his masterpiece. What happened next might be described by some as karma or as justice. Initially, Phalaris was thoroughly fascinated by this invention, but he also felt contempt and disgust for the character of Perillos, who had created such an instrument. Thus, he decided that Perillos himself should be the first to experience it. As Perillos was explaining the functionality and features of the bull, Phalaris demanded that Perillos step inside to demonstrate the transformation of the screams. Once Perillos was inside, Phalaris sealed the opening, and it is here that the story of this history forks, as some believe that the fire had already started and Perillos was already broiling. Yet Phalaris had a last moment of mercy and let him out of the bull, only to push him off a cliff months later. Another account suggests that the inventor of the bull was indeed the first to broil within. Setting aside Perillos' tragic fate, the entire creation of the Brazen Bull might have simply been a cruel quest for happiness.